Hey there! This plant might look a little familiar to you. You could find it at a garden at home, a botanical garden somewhere, or even the grocery store. It is rosemary, otherwise known as Salvia rosmarinus, or previously called Rosmarinus officinalis. It belongs to the genus Salvia and the family Lamiaceae. Some of its relatives include thyme, sage, basil, and lavender, all of which are somewhat bushy, aromatic garden herbs used for either cooking or medicinal purposes. This plant grows natively in the Mediterranean parts of Europe and Asia, but will pretty much grow anywhere with thin, sandy soils and part to full sun. Rosemary is a small shrub with woody central stalks. It's a perennial and an evergreen, meaning it doesn't die off after a single season. It has simple needle-like leaves, yet they're smooth with no rough edges. Rosemary also has what's called an opposite leaf arrangement, meaning there are two leaves on either side of the stalk at each one of these nodes or segments on the stem. One cool thing about the morphology of this plant is what we call trichomes. These are what feel or look like little hairs all over the plant. These trichomes or little hairs are actually specialized tissues the plant makes to protect itself from either frost if it gets too cold, water loss if it gets too hot, or can even keep away insects that might want to munch on the plant. You can see in the photo to the left those little bumps and hairs, and the photo to the right shows what those trichomes look like a little bit more up close. Most of the time, we really only see the green herb that rosemary is primarily composed of, but believe it or not, it actually has adorable little flowers that come in either blue, purple, or white. The rosemary we found had a bit of a combination with little pale blue flowers. It is a eudicot, meaning these flower petals come in multiples of 5, and the veins on the leaves show a net-like pattern. These are absolutely wonderful for attracting bee pollinators. Rosemary also has a fruit, but not in the way you might think. When these flowers are pollinated and fertilized, they will turn into small dry fruit that house the seeds. So many of us know rosemary is great for cooking, but did you know this plant also has some amazing medicinal purposes? For thousands of years, rosemary has been used to treat muscle aches and pains, as well as believed to promote hair growth and improve concentration and memory. It has been brewed in teas, infused in oils and ointments, and extracted for essential oils. The plant is also a great source of vitamins and minerals, as it is abundant in calcium, iron, and vitamin B6. Rosemary's most active compound is called carnosic acid, which research says can be used to combat neurodegenerative diseases while not displaying some serious side effects many treatments do today. Super cool, right? Thanks for taking some time to learn about this awesome plant.